Good evening. Good evening. I want to show you if you are struggling with work life balance and you feel guilty about achieving success at cost of your personal life. I want to show you that there's a different way on how you don't have to deal with guilt and be able to work a 2 hour workflow and have your business run fully automated. Have your business automated on automations. And that is an awesome way to work 2 hours a day to be able to control that part of your life that you don't have to deal with guilt. Um, because there's just not enough time in your day because you're missing out on life's simple joys, and you're constantly feeling like you're missing out on family moments, because work consumes all your life. So I want to show you that there's a different way that you can work 2 to 3 hours a day in your business, selling in high demand digital products. We have 4 programs that you can choose from that fits everyone's budget. And we also have a payment plan for you that you can choose from to generate an income daily in your business, that you don't have to deal with that guilt because you are working such long hours, maybe even working 2 to 3 jobs. So you are dealing with all that guilt and you are struggling with that work-life balance. You don't know what to do about it. You're losing out on all that time with your family, friends, even the things that you love to do. And you are desperate. You're looking for something else. When I discovered these blueprints a couple of months ago, that's exactly where I was. My name is Audrey. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm in my 60s. And I was looking for something to be able to spend more time with the people that I love, with my family, because the older you get, the more you realize how important family is in your life. Family life, time with your kids, with your parents, with your spouse, just with your family members. If you're constantly glued to your phone, even if you're at home, you're not present. You're not present in the moment to give that attention to the people that really deserve it and that really loves you. Because you have to pay the bills and you have to make ends meet and you're getting sick and tired of it. You get worn out. You are stressed out and you're overwhelmed. So I totally get that. That was me a couple of months ago when I came across our 4 blueprints that we have that you can choose from, and it varies from $100 to $900. And in there, you learn the skills to work a 2 to 3 hour workflow, and you have your business fully automated. So we teach you the skills, and we actually built most of that for you. That your automations is your capture page where we show people how to put in their email address and have that part of your business works for you 24/7. So it's a one-time setup. Hi, Roy. Let me know where you guys are dropping in from. If you're interested in making some extra cash online, and if you are struggling with your work-life balance, and especially, it doesn't matter really who you are. Our circumstances are a lot different. I can't even say if you're a woman and you struggle with it, or if you're a guy, because circumstances are very similar. Hey, Anetta, how are you? Where are you guys dropping in from? That I'm not sitting here talking to myself tonight. Honestly, there's nothing as boring as that. So if TikTok doesn't send me somebody, this is just insane. So we have 4 different programs, or it's not different, really complements each other. But we have 4 programs. I shouldn't say different. 4 programs that you can choose from. And as I said, we have payment plans, and we show you how you can work a 2 to 3 hour workflow in your business to generate an income. So if you're just starting out in business, we show you a copy and paste method of free ads to high traffic websites. And we give you more than 200 ads to choose from. And we give you more than 69 high traffic websites where you can post these ads to. And we show you all the little secrets connecting with that so that people actually are nicely surprised when they check your ad, because we show you how to include a short little video. So when they click on your ad, you immediately stand out as somebody that is delivering some value, something different. So you connect that little video to your YouTube channel so that they can go and find you on YouTube and build your YouTube channel at the same time. So that's a great way of doing it. And automations is what gives you the freedom in a day that you're not stuck working 10 to 12-hour days. Hi, Lord Pencilfart. How are you? I think I saw you last night. How are you? Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. Always good to see familiar people. Let me know where you're dropping in from, that I can at least get to know the evening crowd, seeing this is my second time that I'm going live in the evening. Never done that before. And I want to see if I can wrangle up a crowd in the evening, if it's worth it to go live. But then again, we have that draw to show people on how they can literally don't have to struggle with their work and life balance, because people deal with all this guilt of trying to make a living, trying to climb the corporate ladder, maybe sometimes working 2 to 3 jobs. And they deal with all this guilt of not spending enough time with people that they love. They're busy building a career, but in the process, they're sacrificing a lot of time. And most of the time, when people are home, they're still glued to their phone for work. They still have to do emails, follow-ups, you name it. It never stops. And in the process, the 8 to 10 hour days turn into 12 and 14. And the stress levels are sky high. You can't cope with it. So we show you in our programs how to work a 2 to 3 hour workday so that you can get that work-life balance back. Or not even a balance. Your life part of your life should be higher than your work, not work and life. Because the one thing that people in our community that you become part of when you purchase one of our programs, hey, not a federal prosecutor, good to see you again. We're becoming good old chums here. You're showing up every time. I appreciate that. Really do. It helps me. If you share it with somebody, give me some likes. It helps me in my business, especially seeing it's only the second time at night that I hope that is true. Then maybe you're just messing with me. Hey, Patty, a very, very good friend, Patty. Patty, let me know how it's going with your mom. I won't tell people what happened to your mom because it's not my story to tell, but let me know how she's doing privately if you want. Patty's a good friend. She always stops in from a different program, and that is what I also like. We don't have to be in the same program to show up for each other, and I appreciate that. I'll appreciate that, Patty, because I really do think about you guys often, but I don't always get around to asking. Yeah, and I'm sometimes not sure if people want me to ask all the time, right? Because you just don't know, and you don't want to overstep. But I do think of you guys often, and I know it's always difficult if we're struggling with family members. Thank you. Thank you. No, for sure. So yeah, it's different for me to go live in the evening. Hey, Seti, how are you? Yes, it's weird for me to be, oh, awesome. Good to know, Betty. It's really weird for me to be on in the evening because I'm usually go to bed really early. I kind of old. struggle to get out of bed in the morning and getting to bed early at night. Well, that's just me. I'm in my 60s. I can't. I mean, that's just facts. What's the point of even hiding it? But fun fact, I'm also streaming live on YouTube. There's not a single person watching on YouTube, but that's how it goes on YouTube. So I'm building that channel. I'm building my time. I'm doing, building the time. And that's the way to do it. So I've done, well, I hope so, Patty. I've done my due diligence with TikTok. I stuck to one platform for a long time. And I've dabbled in Instagram. Instagram, I just can't get a feel for Instagram whatsoever. Maybe I will do some more training on it. And if I do that, then I maybe understand it better. I've done now extensive training in Pinterest and in YouTube now. I finally get YouTube now. Yeah, I can't get the feel for it. But we have some training in our program, so I might stop in tomorrow and see that, because I've done the extensive YouTube training now, the Pinterest, the TikTok, and we just dropped LinkedIn training, so I might even check that out. To Instagram, yeah, I can't find a feel for it. I know Instagram is very popular in countries like South Africa and Canada and UK and those places. Yeah, pictures and videos, but I can't seem to find traction on Instagram. But then again, I haven't really stuck to it. But that's the way it was for me with YouTube in the beginning. I couldn't really get a feel for it. And once I really knew more and more what to do and how it works, I'm still a little bit foreign with it. I'm finding more and more a little bit of traction with Facebook. Not for business. So a while back, in a different program that I was, they taught me on how to create a Facebook account for business, where you just switch to the two different accounts. They showed me how to do it the right way. So I created the account, but haven't used it. I'm also not sure completely on how to do it on Facebook. For personal use, I really haven't even used it for that much. Just apart from connecting with people from my hometown, I just pretty much reposted stuff. So I'm not fully sure how it works for business. So I created my business profile, just haven't used it. So I'm not sure. I think I might have to do a little bit more training on Facebook to understand how it works, because I know they have also strict guidelines for certain things, for links and I don't know. So I guess I'll have to look into that too. I can post Facebook and IG content together. Yeah, I sure can. What I actually do, I know a lot of people do it differently, but this is what I do. From the beginning, I never liked TikTok's own video system. I've never liked it. I have no idea why. Maybe I'm too stupid. I used, maybe because I never had anybody in the beginning when I started out to show me. So I always used CapCut. And CapCut, why I like that is I can post my video to all social media platforms from CapCut. Immediately. I can post to Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. Once you're in CapCut, you can post it everywhere. And that's why I've used it. I've never used TikToks, and I know there was a time that they told you that you have to use only TikTok to create your video and edit. I have never done it. I don't know if it counts against me or not, but there's so many stories out there, and CapCut is part of TikTok, so I can't see why it would be a problem. But for me, one time and you're done. And I don't know why, people struggle with removing watermarks and do this, that, and the other, and I've never dealt with that. What were you going to ask, Patty, about CapCut? But you upload videos from your phone, so do I. Yeah, they're linked. I upload my videos from my phone too. I only use my phone and I use CapCut to record. I record it on my phone, not in TikTok, as that's probably what you mean, Seti. Yeah, I record it normal on my phone and then I edit it in CapCut. And from there, I post it everywhere. And that's what I like. It's so easy and simple, and then you don't have to struggle with, as I said, watermarks and watermarks removal. Yeah, I finally got it, Seti. Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, I've never liked TikToks. It's just, I don't know why. You just have a preference for certain things, and people keep saying, no, you have to use TikTok, and I've never done it. I'm stuck with it, and you don't know what is true because everybody's guessing. That's one thing I've learned. In the beginning, I would follow all these people's advice, do this, and then I realized, but how do they really know? Unless you really speak to somebody at TikTok, right? And even then, they sometimes are not really very forthcoming, because they told one of our mentors that there's no such thing as shadow banning. And yet they said they brought out a feature on May the 17th that you can see if your account is in good standing or wherever shadow banned, and then nothing. All the content creators were talking about this, that now there's this feature coming out May the 17th, and then nothing. I can't find anything about how you can check for it, where you can find out. Just radio silence, unless I'm missing it. I haven't really looked that hard either, so I have no idea. But I personally believe that there are accounts that are flagged. I don't know if it's shadow banned. I don't know. I'm not all from TikTok either. But I for sure believe that certain accounts are flagged, and I'm pretty sure mine is one of them. Because I'll tell you why. I started using pictures from Canva to post, right? They keep flagging it, saying it's not eligible for my For You feed. And multiple people in our community are doing it, and it's not getting flagged. So that's number one. Number two, then somebody suggested I use Pexels, and I've used Pexels before. I have the app on my phone. So I started using Pexels again. I got away with one picture. The second one I post flagged, not eligible for the For You feed. And other people are using it, multiple people, and my account just gets flagged. I created a video one time. But I don't make any changes. That's also the thing, a lot of people, they say if you post a video and you made a mistake, you can take it down, fix it, and post it back if it's all within 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever. I could never do that. I can't even attempt it. So I for sure know that stuff is not on the up and up. Some people can, if you're established and you have a person with a huge following, different rules apply. It's just like it. And, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's pretty much like everything else. The rich get away with a lot more. And that's just the reality of life, right? And just so it goes. And I'm not trying to blame, my shortcomings on TikTok or anything like that, because that's really not it. But I could just see it in my accounts. And the thing was, accounts, it's linked because they can track your email. So if the emails are very obvious, it's like I have my first and last name as an email, and then my first initial and last name, and I don't have a very common last name. So they obviously can track who creates accounts, and they link those accounts and they start flagging all of them. And, I've tried creating new accounts and it's just not working. And pretty much everybody in our community at some point, um, we get banned, our account. Mine has been banned twice. And it hasn't been banned for a long time because I make absolutely sure that in every live, I make a disclaimer. Oh, yeah, I've gone through some crap that you have no idea. And then somebody gave advice, clear your cache and reset your For You page. And oh my God, it was the worst advice I ever got. And it's because I keep listening to these people, in the beginning thinking that I have more experience than I do. So, yeah, and well, what do? You can't give up. I don't have an option of giving up. I'm 63. I am not going, and I got laid off in February, but I don't even tell people that because I already started my online business, so it's not a big deal for me. It is, but it isn't. But this is it. I not burned bridges, but I'm not at 63. Well, I can, but that's what will have to be. Go look for a job at 63. And I really not want to do that. So this is it for me. It's not an option to give up. It's just not an option. And sometimes it can be really tough if you're doing stuff and nothing goes right. It doesn't matter what you do. And I'm not talking about videos or views or nothing like that. Stuff like this. And you know what I'm talking about, Patty. And then you don't. And I know everybody has things going on in their personal life. So I will never try and hide behind that because everybody has something. But it is sometimes tough if you, like now, when I'm streaming live on YouTube, it's really tough. Oh, one person is watching right now. Welcome, welcome. So, so it takes time to build your YouTube channel and I appreciate it. And my subject of tonight is to show people that you don't have to struggle with a work-life balance because we all have that guilt that when we're working, trying to make a name for ourselves in corporate world or wherever we're working, and we're working long hours and we're really struggling and they're gone again. And, so, and going live at this time of night is also difficult because nobody knows you're going live. So it's pretty much like starting your business. That's why the secret really is, and that's one thing I messed up big time in the beginning. And that's why I try and tell everybody this. You have to go live at the same time. You absolutely have to. And you have to stick to it. One thing I've seen from the most successful people out there in this business, is consistency, but is doing things at the same time. That security, that safeness that people feel, that is really important. Because I've been consistent since December of 2022, posting 3 times a day, every day. That's a long time. But the one thing I haven't done is going live at the same time or, being consistent. I would try different times like 7 a.m. and I'm not a 7 a.m. person, meaning to go live. I can be at work at 7 a.m., but I can't go live at 7 a.m. I've tried it a couple of times and I'm like, you know what? I set myself up for failure. I'm not doing it. So I switched. So now I'm going at 9, and that's when most people are at work. But as there is 4.3 billion people on social media, I'm pretty sure there is a couple of thousands that are not at work. So we're looking for excuses, but I'm sticking to the 9 a.m. and that's what I'm doing. And then I'm trying one at about 4:30 p.m. And then I'm trying, I don't even know what time I went live tonight. I wrote it down. I keep track of almost 8:40. See, this is my diary, and I keep track of every time I go live, what time, where I went live, sales, everything. I keep track of everything because you have to. Hi, Kylie, how are you? Because that's the only way that you can know what's going on. The rest, you can actually track it on your TikTok analytics, but if you want to look at a glance, then you have to page through all that stuff, and I hate paging through a bunch of stuff trying to find something. I'm good, thank you, my friend. So this I can see at a glance, and I try and write how many people were in there on average. And there was one time when I cleared my cache and stuff like that, that totally messed with my account, and I got 0 people showing up in my lives for weeks, because I reset my cache and did all of that and cleared it for you page. 0. I'm not talking about people hopping in and hopping off. That's normal. I'm good, my friend. Nobody. They didn't push it out to a single person. And for a month, and I'm not lying about this, I don't even know what month that was. For a month, I went live 4 to 5 times a day. It almost killed me. And I'm not talking 5 to 10 minutes. An hour, hour and a half. So can you imagine five times a day? It's 5, 6, 7, about 8 hours going live a day to try and build up my account again. Yeah. And, nobody wants to hear that. If you say to somebody, well, I'm struggling with something, this is what's going on, nobody cares, really, right? You just have to suck it up, because nobody can help you with that. Once that's happened, it happened. And it's this account. And since then, it's never been the same. I've had this account banned twice, so this is not a good account. And every time you start a new account, you deal with all those weird people in the bots and all the other stuff that takes such a long time to look through, because you literally have to go through every single person and block the ones that's not your perfect customer, and it's very time consuming. So I don't even know, but that's stuff that needs to get done. So that's why ultimately, hopefully, one day can switch to YouTube completely. Hi, Chelsea. And I'll really do some training on, I did Pinterest for a while, and that kind of somehow just dropped off. Because with Pinterest, you have to put a lot more effort in, because you have to do all these picture posts. Yeah, YouTube can be quicker. Pinterest, you really have to spend a lot of time on Canva. And it's not that I mind that, but then all that stuff starts sucking up your time. And I'm not trying to spend more time. I'm trying to spend less time. So a fortunate thing that we have, Patty, in our community, I don't know how it works with you. Hi, Tarpon. In our community, we usually do either 1 or 2 free webinars a week, right? And then we notify our email list about the webinar. We send them an invitation link, and once the webinar is done, we get the link to the webinar replay, and then I download it to my computer, and then I upload it to YouTube. I create my own thumbnail for it, own title, own description, own tags, and then I post it to YouTube. So that doesn't require any work, but we get to build our YouTube channel without a lot of effort, without a lot of time. So that is extremely helpful. Yeah, it is. And in the beginning, when I posted this replay of the webinar, well, everybody does that. Michelle actually tells us to do that, to build our YouTube channel. But in the beginning, because I didn't do the YouTube training, I just posted it and didn't use the correct tags, none of it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I just slapped it out there and nobody watched it. So I watched the YouTube training last week. and finally understood what the hell I need to do. And since I did that training, I posted it correctly, and the views just started happening. So it's definitely, hi Krista, it's definitely important that you know how to post to the social medias. And when I started in affiliate marketing, I did not get that training. I'm telling you, I some of it, but not to the extent that we have it in our program. And most people in that program, I did affiliate marketing out of the UK. So the people in the UK were mostly using Facebook, some were using TikTok, but mostly Facebook and DMs and paid ads. So I really had no direction. So when I switched to this program, a lot of the social media became a lot clearer. And I realized that I wasted my time for about 8 months just posting stuff haphazardly and not knowing what the heck I was doing. And that is really true. And what a lot of people don't understand as well is I can't create a video on TikTok and post that same video really to Instagram and expect good results. You can, and I have, but it doesn't necessarily work the same way. But I can post it to YouTube, and sometimes the views are even more on YouTube than it is on TikTok. And it was surprising to me. I always thought that YouTube was mostly an educational and a search engine, and it is, right? But also, since I started using tags correctly and the description correctly, so it really, but I'm telling you one thing, you have to, if you don't already, get a second social media platform up and running. You absolutely have to. And if it's YouTube, you have to realize it's the long game. YouTube does not happen overnight. It's not like TikTok. It's a long game. You're looking at 6 months to a year. And that I know for a fact. So, not a fact, but you know what I mean. I shouldn't say for a fact. But that is the experience of a lot of people that are big earners. So if they say that, then you know, well, that's what's happening. So that's why I started now, that by the time I'm ready to make that switch, that you don't have to start making the switch when you're up to here with a different social media platform. Start cultivating that second social media platform. Make sure you understand how it works, how you understand the backstory, how it functions, and go for it. I have to say, TikTok is really beginning to work on my nerves. I have to be honest, because it's really like dealing with a 2-year-old toddler, the algorithm. You never know what to expect. You never know when the next tantrum is going to be. You just don't know. There's no clear guidance. And the community guidelines are a joke. It's a joke. I've seen some stuff on TikTok that my jaw literally dropped. And those accounts are still up and running. My goodness, it's mind blowing. And, and here we are trying to run a business and our accounts get banned. But I think that's a lot of times. I think that is, our hormonal teenager got that right. I think sometimes it's also competition. I really do believe. I could never do something like that, report somebody because, you might see they get some good traction. And at some point, I had really some awesome momentum going on my business. I mean, it was really going well. And then this happened. And that is a very, very difficult thing to handle. But if your mindset is right and you develop the mental muscle, you just deal with it. Because what good is it to bitch about it? To me, it's now every day wasted is an income that you're wasting. That's literally how I see it. So I just Thank you, my friend. No, I'm not. I hope I'm not sound like I'm bitching or complaining. No, I'm just stating facts because this is what's happening to people. And unless you really have a good, um, awesome. If you have a good established account with a lot of followers and TikTok pick up when you're making some good income, they don't mess with those people's accounts, and they can pretty much post anything. Not anything, but even a bad video does good. If you're a small account like mine, if you post a bad video, it shows. If a good creator or a good top earner posts a crappy video, it still gets good views. And trust me, there are a lot of those out there. I always think to myself, how does these videos even get views, right? But you know what? That's the beauty of social media. People pick what I like, and we connect with certain people, and we don't with other people, and that's just how it works. So, yeah, well, I got excited there for a moment for one person showing up at YouTube. And the one thing that sucks about YouTube, if you stream on your phone, you can't see if somebody is watching your live. Can you believe it? On your phone? I remember the first time I streamed on YouTube, it was on my phone, and I had no idea if people showed up or not. And then people started interacting with me, and I'm like, "Oh, there are people on YouTube," and that was the only time. Probably because I was a new person, but you can see it on my desktop. So that's why I started doing it on my desktop, and my phone is right in front of my desktop, right in the middle below my other camera. So because I don't need to see myself on YouTube. Um, so it works pretty cool. It takes some getting used to in the beginning, because if somebody comments on YouTube, because I'm streaming via StreamYard, so then I will have to type it in separately. So it's two separate things. So you have to watch both of them. And in the beginning, it was kind of weird, but the more you do it, the more you get the hang of it. And it becomes easier. So that's why I wanted to start to do it now, that if I'm really get some traffic, that I'm not umming and ahhing and don't know what the hell to do, that I know what to do. But I struggled in the beginning because some of the instructions on YouTube how to do it gives you way too much information. And I got lost somewhere. See you, Patty. Thanks for stopping in. Always good to see you. Best of luck, and let me know if you feel like it. I'll appreciate it. So for you that are still here and alive and well, we have 4 programs that we promote, and good to see you, Patty. And I want you to stop feeling guilty about living or dealing with the work-life balance, because I know a lot of people struggle with the guilt that you're spending so much time away from the people that you love, people that you need to take care of, whether it's your kids, your parents, your spouse, or just spending time with them. And we show you how to work a 2-hour workflow that you can work your own schedule and have automations work for you. And automations is simply learning how to capture somebody's email address and not sending a person directly to your website. And that's all it is. So 80% of your sales happens from your email list. And the moment you realize that that is the secret to your success, then that is where the sales will happen, because you nurture the people on your email list, and you will keep them up to date with what's happening. You invite them, you connect with them. You sometimes send them just a short little Loom video to say, hey, how are you doing? Just wondering what's happening in your life. Want to check in and see what is holding you back from jumping in and working a 2-hour workday. If you're still stuck working 8 to 10 hours a day, and things like that. So that is automations. That's a 2-hour workflow. And people always call BS on the 2-hour workday, and it really is not. because it's very simple. I'll show you. You create 3 videos a day, 15 minutes each. That comes to 45 minutes. Your calls to action, the second one, takes you 15 minutes. That's where you respond to emails, comments, 15 minutes. And then if you don't have 1,000 followers on TikTok or whatever platform you go live on, you do the copy and paste method of free ads. And we give you more than 200 ads, free ads, and we give you more than 69 high traffic websites. So you copy, paste, 30 minutes. And the last 30 minutes, you engage in the community, become part of, and you'll learn more skills. That's your 2-hour workday to generate an income. This is your non-negotiable in your business. And this is the part of the business that you can get done in 2 hours a day. So this is what you will do every day without exception, every single day, for as long as you have your business and as long as you want to generate an income in your business. And this is where a lot of people slip up. They don't do this. They don't do it regularly. They don't show up to social media. None of that. And that's the secret to success. So if you want to learn more about a business, go to my profile, drop in your email, go on this journey. It's exciting. I want you to have your life back. I want you to be able to spend time with your family. I don't want you to suffer from burnout because you can't keep up with everything. If you have to work 10, 12-hour days or maybe two jobs, you just can't give up. There are 24 hours in a day. That's one thing we all get the same of, 24 hours in a day, right? And if you work 2 hours a day, then you're looking at 22 hours that you have available. Deduct 8 of that for sleeping, then you still have 14 hours in your day left. Now that is a huge difference of working 8 hours a day. So then you pretty much have 6 hours left in your day. And from that 6 hours, you probably have an hour or two commute. So then you're on 5 hours. Then you get home, you still have to make dinner. You're probably on 4 hours. And then you still have to take care of cleaning up all of that. And you're probably on 3 hours. So you have 3 hours that you can spend on either doing things for yourself or spend with your family or friends. 3 hours if you work a 10 to 12-hour day. With our business, we show you how you can work a 2-hour day. And if you sleep 8 hours, right, it comes to 14 hours that you have for yourself versus 2 to 3. That is a huge difference. That takes that stress off of you. It takes that burnout, because once you have suffer from burnout, you can't sleep at night. Your mind keeps racing. You're tired all the time. And most of the time, if you work hours like that, you don't eat right. You don't get exercise because there's no time. When do you do that? I just told you just have 3 hours to yourself. So most people will not go work out unless you're single and you have a lot of time in your hands, right? So that's a huge difference from having 3 hours to yourself to having 14 hours to yourself. And so many people are really missing out on most of their life. I've worked 10-hour days now for 24 years. Doesn't really matter how many years, or most of my second part of my life. And I still live paycheck to paycheck, and now I'm in my 60s and I can't retire, and I wanted to fast track my life. I wanted to be able to work less hours, earn more, and in 5 years' time, with our business, we really show you how you can generate 900 a day if you learn the skills, if you follow the steps, and if you're coachable and you're consistent. That is what you can do. 900 a day comes to $328,000 a year. That's mind-blowing. You can't do that in any other job, 9 to 5 job. Give yourself 5 years of doing that. That comes to $1.6 million. In 5 years, you can be a self-made millionaire. In 10 years, you can be a multimillionaire. Impossible? No, it's not. People are doing it right now inside of our community. Victoria in our community right now, she's an army wife, mom of 3 kids. This will blow your mind. On the 17th of May, that's when I saw her last post in our community. Victoria was on $55,000 for the month of May. She's on track to make 6 figures in 1 month. Now that's mind-blowing. So she doesn't make just one $900 sale a day. She makes multiples a day. Multiples a day. And she's a normal person without any training before she came across our blueprints. So you can do the same. And if you are an ambitious person, you're climbing the corporate ladder anyway, but you're working 10 to 12-hour days and still not making, you can't make 6 figures in a month, then this is for you. That you can finally reconnect with the people in your life. That special person, your kids, your spouse, your family, your friends, parents. But this is the way to do it. And I hope that you can see that this is the better way of doing it and that you do not have to struggle with this work-life balance. Because so many of us are doing this daily. And it's creating havoc with our health and our lifestyles because we can't keep up with it. Because it is exhausting. We're running around all the time. Our minds are running all the time. We never switch off. So, I hope that I made you think tonight and you see the possibility of this and that you will go to my profile and check out our business. And if you have questions, I would love for you to ask me because I know a lot of people have questions and so many people always are quick to react and say, well, it's a pyramid scheme or it's an MLM or it's a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not an MLM because you're a CEO of your own business. Hey, Grammy, you own your business and you don't share your profit with anybody. Hello. Hi, Tanya. So you make 100% profit. And that is awesome. You have no overhead in your business. You don't have any monthly fees. So everything you're earning is yours. And that's what I love about it. And then you have the automations kicking in. And people are not sure what automations are, right? They're like, I heard some questions even inside our community. People's like, I don't what is automations, right? Somebody was asking, well, is that my emails? And I'm like, the automations is where people go to your capture page and they drop in their email and they become part of your email list. And you own that email list. And just the fact that your website is available via your capture page, you're always in contact with them and they with you. They can go to your website 24/7 and purchase from you. That is what automations mean, that there is contact. At any point, they can go to your website because they have your emails, they have the links, there is connection. So that is why you can wake up in the morning and have a sale, or you go for a walk with your dogs and you have a sale. And you're doing this by generating or working 2 hours a day, generating that income by showing up to social media. And that's how the cycle works. And I think a lot of people still don't understand that, even when they're inside of our community. I don't know if they don't do the training or they just don't understand it, but that's how it works. So guys, I'm going to hop off tonight. The crowd is just too much for me. I just can't handle it. Guys, I'm going to bed. Thank you so much for you that showed up. I know it's not my normal time at night. I'm giving it a shot. I might stick with it for a week or two and see how it goes. But thank you to each and every one of you. But I'm actually serious. I want you to break that cycle of this struggling with your work life balance. And this is one thing that most people struggle with. They have the guilt and the burnout and just stressed out and overwhelmed because they're trying to do too much, working long hours, working 2 to 3 jobs, and it becomes a lot. And then people are looking for an alternative. And that is what I was looking for. I wanted to work less hours, to have more time, to spend with people that really matters to me. And I wanted to be able to earn more and a lot more. And this is what I found, our blueprints. So, and I know if you are struggling with the same issues, then you know that this is the answer for you. So go check it out. Worst case scenario, you waste 2 minutes of your life. Best case scenario is you change your life forever and you join the six-figure club. So, high skills to earn. I'm hopping off. Thank you so much to everybody that showed up. I really appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central. Bring your coffee, bring your smile. Let me know where you're from, and bring your questions. See you then. Have a great evening.